Hello, welcome to this very gentle chair yoga class for seniors. Today we are going to do movements that will help strengthen our legs, open our hips, and bring a little bit more mobility into our shoulders and our neck. I hope you enjoy the practice, and if you do, please consider subscribing so that you can be notified when I post future classes. Hit the like button if you liked this particular class. And don't forget to hit the little bell so that you're notified when I do post additional classes. So let's get started. So in all of my classes, we begin with a little bit of breath work just to center ourselves and let go of all the distractions that might bring us away from the practice. Then we move into the actual asanas or movements, the movements that are designed to help our bodies be a little more free moving. And then we come to the end for a little relaxation in what we call Savasana. So to begin practice, we'll start with our breath. Breath is the foundation of yoga. All things come from that. So let's find a nice tall spine, feet flat on the ground. Roll your shoulders up and back, lift your sternum up, so let your spine be nice and long. When we have a nice long spine, it creates room in our chest area so that our lungs can expand and we can bring in as much of that beautiful oxygen as possible. You can keep your eyes open if you like, or let your gaze be soft down at your lap. And we're going to begin by taking 10 slow, mindful breaths. And you can do this at your own pace. Breathing in very slowly. And breathing out very slowly. And again. And as you take these breaths, you might notice how it feels in your body. You might notice the expansion of the lungs. Perhaps a little expansion in the belly when you breathe in. Counting the breath, I'm going to imagine you're on breath number 5. So 5 more breaths here. Nice big breath in. And a nice slow breath out. Allowing all your awareness to rest on your breath so that thoughts can't come in and build stories. They can float by, they can be present, but don't hold on to them. Just keep breathing. Two more breaths. And one last full, slow breath in. And a full, slow breath out. Open your eyes if you have them closed. And we'll expand the breath just a little bit. We're going to take 4 what we call sun breaths. So bring your hands down by your sides. Inhale the arms up overhead and press your palms together. So feel that expansion through the ribs. As you exhale, let everything go. If you can't get your arms all the way overhead, don't worry about it. Just go up as high as you can. Here's the second one. And then let it go. The third. And the final one, bring it in, arms overhead. And then let the breath go, arms down by your sides. Nice. Bring your arms out to the sides and then bring your hands to your shoulders. We're going to take a little lateral stretch from this posture, a nice stretch through the intercostal muscles that are between the ribs. So take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, let your right elbow turn down and your left elbow turn up. So you're feeling a stretch through the left side of your body. Inhale back up and then take it to the other side. So it's just a little, I like to think of the little song, I'm a little teapot. So we're just tipping from side to side. That was 1 on each side. We're going to go to 4 on each side. So here's number 2. And back up, and then number 2 on the other side. Almost went to 3. Now we're going to 3 on the right. And back up. And 3 on the left. And back up. Last one on the right. And the last one on the left. So not only does this stretch the muscles on one side of the body, it helps to engage the muscles on the other side. So from here, we're going to take opposite hand to opposite shoulder, sitting nice and tall. We're going to take little rotations. So take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, turn the ribs and the shoulders to the right. The head can come along as well, or you can keep the head looking over the front shoulder. You can even let it go to look over the back shoulder, whatever your neck is happy with right now. Come back through center and then take on your exhale that rotation to the left. And we're going to again do 4 of these. So inhale back to center and exhale, go to the right. Inhale back to center and exhale to the left. Once again to center, and here is the 3rd one on the right. Again to center, and then to the left. Keep your spine nice and long as if there's a string pulling you up towards the ceiling from the top of your head. Last one to the right, and come back to center, and then to the left. And bring it back to center. Great job. Bring your hands down onto your lap. As you breathe in, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And let it out. Beautiful. Nice job. So beginning now to work into our neck. Our necks can get really, really stiff. So we're just going to explore how stiff they are. Take a nice breath in, keeping the head facing forward, and on your exhale, let the head turn to the right. Don't force past any stop sign. Your body might turn up for you. So you don't want to force this. Come back to center on your inhale. Exhale, turn your head to the left. And moving with your own breath, just go from side to side, inhaling forward and exhaling to whatever side you're on. We don't have to be exactly at the same place at the same time. So we're just checking out the range of motion, and as we do it, you might notice as you repeat this motion from side to side, there's just a little more movement. You're keeping your shoulders relaxed and facing forward. You're just letting your head drift from side to side. 1 more to the left. And then stop in the middle. So now we're going to go up and down. We're going to let our chin tuck on our exhale. Keep our shoulders relaxed away from our ears. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the chin up. But imagining that you're pressing your head against a wall. You're not throwing your head way back and compressing your neck. You're keeping the back of your neck long here. So as you exhale, the chin comes down, shoulders stay relaxed. And as you inhale, the chin moves up. Shoulders again, stay nice and relaxed. And the back of the neck stays long. So you might feel this stretch on the back of the neck. You might feel it in your shoulders. And then we're going to pause when our chin is parallel to the ground, imagining that you have a crayon or pencil on the tip of your nose. Just begin to draw little circles in whatever direction you started in is fine. Let the circles get larger over the course of repetition. Same thing here though, keep the back of the neck long so you're not throwing your head back to draw these circles. Imagine you're drawing them on a piece of paper or a wall right directly in front of you. Notice what direction you are going in and then reverse direction. If you've gotten to be large circles, keep them that way and eventually just kind of let them shrink down to little circles. Nice. And then bring them to stillness. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat. We'll begin to work on the shoulders by imagining we're in a swimming pool and we are going to do the crawl the length of the pool. So starting with your left shoulder, going up and forward and down and around, up and forward and down and around, other side. So you might actually be a swimmer. Maybe you like to get your exercise by getting into a pool. I have a friend who tries to swim a mile every day. I think that's pretty cool. I couldn't do it. I think it's a great form of exercise though if you have that option and you are a swimmer and you'd like to do that. These are great movements for your shoulders and your back, strengthening both. So we have come to the end of the pool doing the crawl. So we're going to do the backstroke. So now we go up and back, excuse me, and just keep going till we get to the other end of the pool. Keep your neck relaxed, you might even let it travel along or bobble along. Keep it nice and relaxed. Couple more on each side. I think we've reached the end. Depending upon the length of your strokes, you have reached the end of the pool. Stay nice and tall and bring your arms out to the side. So these movements are going to be movements that help not only your shoulders and your elbows, we're lubricating them as we bend our arms, but it's also strengthening the muscles in our back and our arms as we keep our arms at shoulder height if possible. So here we go, we're going to tap 10 times, keeping the arms up, tap, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, we're going to 10, and 9, and 10, great. Now we're going to bring our arms in front of us, palms are facing up, and we're going to tap our shoulders again, keeping the arms high. Here is 1, keeping the elbows high, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. And now we're going to give ourselves a hug with our left arm on top. So bring the left arm on top, walk your hands around behind you and just give yourself a hug. A nice stretch for the shoulders, nice feeling for yourself. It's always nice to get a hug. And then bring the arms open again and take the right arm on top, give yourself a hug this way. So we're giving a nice stretch into our shoulders here. Hands walking back as far as you can. Great. And then releasing everything down. Hands on your lap. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, sigh out. And 2 more. Inhale. And let it go. And last one. And let it go. So now we're going to work on the wrists. So you can keep your arms bent here. As your hands come out, turn your palms up and create fists. And from here, just begin to circle your wrists. Trying to get that circular motion right into the wrist. And notice what direction you're going, and then reverse that direction. So when we move our joints, we encourage the flow of synovial fluid in those joints that use that lubrication to keep us mobile. Pausing here, we're going to bring our fists out in front of us and turn the knuckles up. And then we're going to extend the fingers as wide as we can and wiggle them. And then one at a time, pinky, ring, middle, pointer, and thumb, make the fist again. Open them up and wiggle the fingers. And then bringing the fingers in one at a time, pinky, ring, middle, pointer, thumb. And then opening them up. One more time, pinky, ring, middle, pointer, thumb. And then spread them out. And then shake your hands. Just really, really, really let everything shake. Let the shake go all the way up your arms to your shoulders. Oh. And then bring your hands on your lap and just notice. Just notice you might feel some tingling or some energetic energy moving through your hands and your fingers, your forearms, maybe even your shoulders or your neck. Now that we've brought movement into those areas, we open up channels that might be a little bit stuck where the energy can't move too freely. Beautiful. So now we're going to move just a little bit into our hips. So bring your feet about as wide as the legs of your chair and bring your hands on your lap. Draw your navel in so that your core is engaged and begin to draw little circles that eventually get larger. So your torso is rotating right from these hip creases. Notice what direction you're going in. Pause and reverse that direction. And then come to stillness. Bring your feet a little closer together. So we're going to begin to work down into our hips a little further and then into strengthening our legs. So we're going to take our right foot off the ground and just draw circles. We're going to feel as if you're drawing a circle with your knee. You can hold your leg up, no worries. Reverse direction. So we're moving right into that hip socket. And then bring that foot down, go to the other side. So you're going to lift the left foot, hold it or not, and draw circles. Imagining you're painting something on some wall in front of you. And switch directions. Great, and then bring that foot down. So now we're going to extend the opposite legs, working in the knee joint as we do. So we're going to be extending the leg and flexing the foot as we do. So the right leg up, flex the foot, bend and lower. Left leg up, extend, bend and lower. Up, extend, bend, bend and lower. Got my instructions wrong. Lift, extend, flex, bend and lower. Lift, extend, flex, bend and lower. 3 more on each side. Lift, extend, flex, bend and lower. Lift, extend, flex, bend, lower. Lift, extend, flex, bend and lower. Lift, extend, flex, bend and lower. Last one on each side. And if it gets too much for you, you can always stop. Just do the best that you can. Great. Now we're simply going to extend and flex and lower, extend and lower, extend and lower, extend and lower. A little easier than lifting the leg. Still working the knee joint. 1 more on each side. Now we're going to do our arms. So we're going to take our right arm forward and up and forward and down, remembering only go as far as you can, as your shoulders will allow. Forward and up and forward and down, forward and up and forward and down, forward and up, forward and down. So keep your arms straight as you do this as best you can. One more on each side. So now we'll have a little challenge of the brain, because we're going to do opposite leg and opposite arm. So the arms are down by your sides. We're going to do 10 of these on each side. I'll count. Just do the best you can. If your leg gets tired and you can't lift it as high, don't worry about it. Here we go. Here's 1 and 2, like straight leg march. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great job. Once again, we're going to lift our right leg, kind of hold the leg up, and move ourselves down into our ankle. So we're going to circle the ankle, point and flex the toes, maybe spread the toes, curl the toes. Just bring any movement you can into that whole foot. And then let that foot come down and take the other foot up. Hold at the shin, circle the ankle. Reverse direction, point and flex. And then lower that foot. So we have kind of gone from the head to the toes and included the wrists and hands. So we're going to do 3 sun salutations. Make this an official yoga practice by adding this little seated flow called seated sun salutations. So start with your arms down by your sides. Sit nice and tall as always. Inhale your arms up over your head if possible, if not, as high as you can. Exhale into cactus arms. Some people call these goalposts. As you inhale, lean slightly forward using your legs to keep you nice and steady. Exhale your hands to your thighs and let them come over your knees down towards your ankles. If you're comfortable letting your head turn down, fine. If not, just let your head extend forward. As you inhale, straighten your arms and find a nice flat back. Draw your shoulders back. And as you exhale, fold back down. When you're inhaling, you want to imagine you're holding a block between your knees, really squeezing an imaginary block. As you sweep your arms wide, come up and back to mountain. And we'll do 2 more of those. So we inhale the arms up as high as you can go. Exhale into cactus arms. Inhale a little lean. Your legs are starting to work to support you. Exhale, your hands glide over your knees down towards your ankles. And if it's comfortable for you to let your head turn down, go ahead and do that. Inhale, straighten your arms, reach your heart forward. And exhale, fold back down. On your inhale, squeeze that imaginary block between your knees, sweep your arms wide, and bring yourself all the way back up. And come back to seated mountain. Last one, inhale the arms up overhead, and as you exhale, come to cactus. On an inhale, lean forward, and on your exhale, glide down. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold back down. Inhale, squeeze that imaginary block as you sweep your arms wide, come all the way up, bring your hands to your heart. These are beautiful movements to move some of the larger muscles in your body. It will have a warming effect. It might make your heart rate speed up a little bit. So just pause and breathe here. Just noting the effects of these seated chair movements. Hopefully accessible to you. Bring your hands to your lap, open your eyes. So moving the spine as we did in rotation and stretching and extension are movements that are so healthy for the spine that you should do every day if you possibly can. It takes very little time. You can watch this video over and over or watch some of my other videos that might bring a little bit different movement but have the same effect, because movement helps to lubricate things, helps to open things up, and it makes us more mobile and a lot healthier. So we end our practice by coming into what we call Savasana, or resting posture. And the reason that we do this is so that all of the benefits of the moving and breathing that we've done can be digested by our body, can integrate into our systems. And so if you are able to get to the floor or to lay down on a couch, and if getting to the floor is safe for you and you know that you can get back up and that you've done it and you're comfortable with that, go ahead and lie down on your mat. If you'd like to go to a couch, go ahead and do that, because this is a restful posture. If you're in your chair and you're not able to get out of it to go elsewhere, just lean back, extend your legs, roll your shoulders up and back, relax your hands on your lap. You might let your chin tuck a little bit, let your head fall down towards your chest if that's comfortable. Take a big breath in wherever you are. Breathe in through your nose and sigh out through your mouth. And I'll walk you through a brief little scan of your body just to check in to see what's relaxing and what needs some convincing. Starting with the crown of the head and the scalp, the forehead and the temples. Just note them. If you feel tension, breathe into them. Try to relax. All the muscles in your face that create expression, can you soften them? Can you let your lower jaw hang relaxed from the upper jaw, and your tongue relaxed to fill that lower jaw? Checking in with the back of the head and the base of the skull, and the back of the neck and the root of the tongue, the tops of the shoulders and the upper back, the heart and the lungs, the diaphragm. Sensing down the weight and the length and the volume of your arms, from your shoulders to your elbows to your wrists, the backs of your hands and your palms. Can you feel or imagine the space inside your thumbs and each of your fingers? Your upper back and mid back, low back and buttocks, the abdomen, low belly, sensing down through the base of the pelvic floor. Noting the weight and the length and the volume of your legs, from your hips to your knees to your ankles, the tops of your feet and your toes, and the soles of your feet, arches and heels. Resting in this sense of embodied presence, this connection to the here and the now. No place to go, nothing to do, but simply be. And if your mind starts to wander, gently invite it back to this place, to this body, to this space. Perhaps through this vibration of sounds around you, or the beating of your heart, or the sense of presence in the body. Resting in this sense of presence, this sense of peace and stillness for as long as you like. And moving and waking only when you're ready by stretching the body, taking a big breath. Going about your day with a little more freedom of movement, perhaps a little more peace of mind. Until next time, namaste.